No. Okay. Sure, it's still on. Yep, it's on. All right. How's that? So I am going to say I'm trying to prepare to turn on the camera when it's already on. The table moves because it's a folding table. It folds up and stores flat. So it also, when it's set as a table, like when it's extended as a table, it moves. It's very lightweight. It's a Lifetime brand table that's very lightweight. And so when I try to set up the camera, it's not ready like a Hollywood movie with somebody else shooting the camera. I am doing this myself, so apologies, even though I'm past 1,000 videos already. But I just cleaned this table, and then I set it up again because of this center of the table. I cleaned it. Yeah, like that white part right there. I cleaned it. So now I'm trying to be able to sit down somewhat in the middle of the table, but this still interrupts that I'm sitting here. It would be easier if it was solid like this, but of course it's a folding table. It's something better than nothing right now, for what it's worth. Lisa Sisterman, how was the pizza? Comment. I want to see the dog. I don't like the dog. No, but so I'll show the dog. Comment. What kind of dog is that? Well, obviously she didn't watch the video. Or she knew it was pizza. Do you have to watch the video to know it's pizza? I don't have a response for that right now. Not really. Okay, I forgot what I was looking for. Yep, I did because it's homeless. Is it still on? It is. Okay, that's gonna have to wait. Okay, I opened it, but it popped the top, but you couldn't see it because they moved the whole table. Sorry. How is the pizza? Still thinking about that. How is the pizza? Oh, love it. So I have something to say with myself deceased. I'm homeless in the threatening, and I don't know you in the money. I don't know you what you want from that I'm still alive here, because I am waiting on you. If you talk to me about myself, that goes away apart from that you need yourself deceased to everyone who's not yourself. I am already deceased with everyone. Lisa Sisserman. So, what do you want? Commentator. You want pet food for your dog. You need the dog at the animal shelter, animal hospital, whatever your choice is. Yeah. You have to turn in your dog and stay there until um, you refuse to leave, and then you need to be taken to jail for that you had a dog. If they take the dog away from you, you have to go to jail. Otherwise, if you stay with the dog, you stay there at the animal hospital. So I don't normally give advice, but how do you started the conversations? You can't do conversation on YouTube with community guidelines. What does community guidelines means? That you talk to each other? I'm new to YouTube. Notifications of comments. That's new to me. Maybe I've seen by now, I don't know, 50 of them. 50 notifications. Well, wait a minute. All comments. Uh, okay, comments. Not that many users' names, though. So, how many usernames? How many comments? Because some usernames repeat. That one's a new one. Lisa Sisterman, that's new. I don't know that one. Um, so how many commentators? Usernames, maybe, I don't know, 10. That's it. So she's lighting up the notification. So I can say it this way. It's my testimony. So, why do you talk to God? What do you want out of deceased? You don't know what deceased is, and you want to find out by asking questions. Okay. How do you know what a question is? How do you know how to ask a question? Because deceased wouldn't, uh, instruct you on what to do in case you don't know something. Deceased doesn't give permission. If deceased makes the question in your mind to yourself, that's deceased right there. If you say it out loud, then that is entirely different. How's the pizza? That's a small question. You don't want to ask that to God deceased. And well, you want to talk to God, but it's deceased. That's what's wrong with that. The talking to God was elsewhere. South Park, Hotline to Jesus, a cartoon of Jesus at the telephone ringing in. And he says hello and he takes people's questions, callers' questions. Yeah, I saw that on South Park. Mhm. That makes Joel and Myra a cartoon, huh? Right? Her ringing my phone. I'm not Jesus, but it's hysterical karma to say that I'm Jesus elsewhere. But right here, I'm Becky. I'm not Lucky, I'm not Jesus, I'm Becky. And it's not really Becky anymore, it's deceased. The genitals are mutilated. Mhm. Maybe this Lisa Sisterman, she didn't see enough of the videos before she made a comment to myself. I have to make the videos separately. I can't make one video and post it and be done. I have to make separate videos for the time and space. Yeah, so if she didn't see the other videos because they're not the same video she made the comment on, they're there to tell you that it's serious, that you don't want to make a comment to myself because I'm shouted and I'm gonna kill you. That's what's wrong with the comments. Well, it's nice. How is the pizza? That's nice. It might be nice. It depends how nice. I don't know if you can afford to be nice to me. I'm not really in the mood. I'm angry. So there's a picture of it with the head of maybe a female, maybe at least a sisterman, and then there's the dog animal. And I don't want to be in the threatening that the dog is an animal that has fangs, and because the dog is threatening to bite, because it's an animal, it's a dog, and that's what it does. It threatens to bite, and I don't want to press. That the dog would threaten to bite her uh, because of myself in the mix about the comments. I'm not actually interested in the dog bite problem. The dog goes to the animal hospital and stays there. But if I speak further about Lisa showing this image of a dog and maybe uh, Lisa herself, but I don't know her. I don't want to press the dog bite. That's mean. I don't actually want to be mean that way. I'm angry. I don't want you to talk to me about myself. There's no consequence of dog bite in that sense. its deceased to do that, and its angry Allosaurus. I'll kill you all the way out of what it is for you to alive in the formed world. I'll kill you out of your leverage. I'm not going to give you a dog bite. So, next subject, homeless solutions, Honolulu, Hawaii. I want to know, who are your threatening problems, because it's homeless here in state of Nevada. That means you didn't pay for that. I was going homeless in Honolulu. Yeah, I don't understand your karma with that. You said a 6 months upfront rent payment, and then you want month to month payments after that for a year lease, and then at the expiry of the lease, you will decide if you're going to extend another lease. And it's homeless solutions. You're going to decide if you're going to extend credit for another lease. And it's homeless solutions. It was reported to you that it was homeless. You're not supposed to be the office staff with the lease paperwork complaining that you just did something wrong and caused yourself to be homeless, and you need your management company to be called Homeless Solutions for managers of a company. They are due to be deceased to myself, because that's hysterically like if you work in a soup kitchen and you serve yourself and you leave. What do you want me to do about this homeless solutions problem? Because somebody's waiting on that it was homeless to know you. What do you? I don't know you. I don't know what you want out of me, because you did something wrong to me I don't afford, which is you accuse me of being one of you. Well, I'm God deceased right here, even after what you did to me. So where were you going with that? Do you know what sexual abuse is for? You don't know. You don't know, because you can't do that in public. It's really not due to speak about that here. You can't use sexual abuse to set a room. Set furniture, set food, set a table, set gifts into new places, spaces. You can't use sexual abuse to set a room and threaten somebody. Okay, now you're not going to tell me anything I don't want to hear. What does that have to do with the genitals? And yeah, you know how to live that way, but I don't. No. Why do you treat God that way? I'm not coming back here no matter what. Am I just recording why you're not coming back here? Well, I'm putting you out of your leverage to be alive anywhere, ever because of the sexual abuse being personally directed against myself exclusively. You were angry with me personally, exclusively, and everybody else was okay. Yeah, how are you going to get alive after that? I alive you, you don't alive me. You outnumber me, but you don't alive me. Which way were you worried about it? If you don't alive yourself and you have numbers of you, you outnumber myself. I alive you and you outnumber myself, but you don't alive alone. I alive you and then you alive with one another. You have all the threats on you. They're all out in the open. So where are you going with your anger with myself? Because I alive you and you alive one another won't alive without me. If you have a city full of 600,000 people all inside windows, if you are yourself and you're angry and you break a glass window with a rock, if you're on the inside and you just ruined the interior of where you are with that, you broke the window. And now it's exposure to the elements outside. What about everyone else in the city? And they're all inside their own windows. And all their windows are unchanged by that you broke one glass window to yourself. I'm not talking or speaking as though you have a glass window coming. You don't. But while you're looking at the windows and you see God as much as you do, you should go to jail. And then you need to be in a prison that doesn't have any windows. Say goodbye to yourself.